y-intercept of an exponential function. For an exponential function of the form f of x equals ab to the x, the y-intercept is 0, comma a. So in other words, it's just the a value attached to the base, or next to the base, I should say, the one that multiplies should. Examples. Find the y-intercept of the following. So once again, f of x equals ab to the x is our general formula. In this case, our formula f of x equals ab to the x is comprised of a, which is our y-intercept, and it's typically specified as 0, comma a. Do remember, you should have memorized this already, right? If you're looking for the y-intercept, your x value will always be 0. Here's the reason why you see a 0 there in red. Your a value always has a x value of 0, I should say. The a value comes from your equation's a value, or the number next to your base. B value, therefore, is your base, as we've already talked about. The v is your base, and then x is your exponent. So x value is your exponent. So let's try example A. And let's say we have f of x equals 2 times 3 to the x. And let's say we didn't knew that this could be really easy and really straightforward. So we chose the hard way. It's not too hard, but it's not too bad either. So f at 0 then, since we know that the y-intercept always has an x value of 0, agreed? And we're substituting 0 for the x as well. Wherever we see an x, we put a 0. Definition of a 0 exponent means whenever you have a base to the power of 0 is 1, right? So 3 to the 0 is 1. So in other words, we have just 2 times 1. 2 times 1 gives us 2, so f at 0 equals 2. So that means that the y-intercept is 0, comma 2. Do remember, to tell me that it's a y-intercept, you have to have it in parentheses. You have to have a comma in the middle, and you have to have a 0 on there. So 0 is part of your answer. So the full answer is the parentheses 0, comma 2. There's our full answer. Be aware of that. Okay, going for the next one, B. In this case, we have our equation f of x equals -4 times 2/3 raised to the power of x. And you can go the lengthy route if you choose to by putting in a 0. That's totally fine. But otherwise, we've already known that the y-intercept is just the -4, the number next to your base, 2/3 in this case. So 0, comma -4 would be our full answer. So there is our y-intercept. Parentheses, comma, parentheses, 0, comma, -4, and close our parentheses. That would be our full answer for the y-intercept. And remember, the 0 is something you should have memorized, right? Makes it easy for yourself. If you memorize the fact that when you have the y-intercept, x is always 0, it will be really, really easy for any case scenario. C. F of x equals 6 to the power of x. Whew. There's nothing in front of or before the base value, which is 6, right? What's the only number you can put before the 6? Notice I chose to put parentheses to make it easier to visualize. The only number we can put is a 1, right? So 1 times that, it's still 1. Or you can omit the 1 to say 6 to the power of x. So in other words, the y-intercept in this case is 0, comma 1. You can always put a 1 if there's nothing before the base value. So there is our y-intercept.